Afternoon guys, Wandering Beast here, and today we've got another flashlight review. I know it's been a little while with all this preparedness, but I'm actually going to add this into the preparedness category of flashlights. This flashlight I've had, I believe, since last October, fall time. I'll have to look it up, might be even a little bit more than that. It's called Brinyte. I'm not really sure how to say it. You're going to see the video title up in the description. This is the WT01. It's called the Apollo. This has been my first introduction into this company. I was a little bit intrigued for the sort of form factor that it has. It's something that I didn't have in a lot of my other flashlights. We'll talk about it as we go along. But for a nice small package here, it's using a 26650, which is bigger than an 18650. If you guys are into the flashlight terminology, you know this is kind of a little bit of a monster. Right, I'll put in a picture next to an 18650, but this has got some oomph to it. Backing up that big battery is the SST40 LED emitter, as well as a smooth reflector. This thing is kind of a mini searchlight. I brought it with me last summer for Wildland Fire towards the end of the season when I got it. And it came in handy a few times just to see what was going bump in the night, looking up trees, looking down roads. The form factor of this thing, of having such an amazing throw, and I'll put the information down below. I want to say it's well over 300 meters, but right now let's cut to some of our nighttime scenes that we've done. One was in the snow, and we were doing very similar testing with some other flashlights. So I'll put in the cards up top, some of the other reviews. But as you can see, going through the different settings of small, medium, going into high power, this thing over 1,000 lumens on high throws pretty impressively. All right guys, because I'm out here in the bitter cold with two flashlights, I have the Orca Torch Tactical on my left and the Brinyte on my right. You can see just how much more this is bright. They're both really decent throwers. Pretty condensed hotspot, but you can see how much more that larger LED that's in the Brinyte is really just outshining it, as well as the larger form factor of the battery. I will probably add this into one of the reviews here, but very impressed with both these flashlights. For the size, these are phenomenal. You know, that tree that was up close, you're looking out of the desert right now. You know, those long throws are absolutely amazing to have in such a small package. Now, why do I put it in the preparedness category? Why not tactical, right? Well, the body of this is going to be bigger than the standard sort of 1-inch flashlight that you'd mount on a rifle or any sort of tactical situation. The UI, effectively how you use this flashlight, is another one. This doesn't have a memory, and it's kind of my biggest gripe of the flashlight. When I turn this on, it goes right into high. So there's next, medium, there's low, and then there's a fantastic moonlight. I want to say continuous runtime on this, if I just left it on with this big battery, I think it's down to 10 lumens on moonlight, something like 6.5 days of just going for it, right? The other thing that's going to make this a preparedness category is the fact that it has a cradle that sits upright. Anytime that cradle loses power, so you've got an automatic charge case. Boom, you don't need to mess with the battery. You don't need to go get a 26650 battery charger. This thing has its own battery charger cradle. You stick it in there, automatically going to get charged. The little button lights up, lets you know the charging status. But when the power goes out, first thing that thing does, kicks off in a moonlight mode. So guess what? Goes bump in the night, you kind of wake up, you realize the fridge isn't running, the furnace isn't running, and you see this thing glowing in the corner of your bedroom. You know that you've lost power, and now you can easily find this flashlight and then find anything else that you're going to need. If you want security, you kick it back on that high and you go find out what your outside looks like, what the situational awareness of your area is, and it's fantastic. I just don't like the fact that I don't have an easy way either to get to moonlight or an easy way just to have a memory. And so a couple of those things is why I'm putting it in the preparedness category. All right, another really cool feature that keeps us in the preparedness category is the fact that you can add a sleeve. So you can run 18650s in here. that will take up the extra space, and that will effectively give you a 2650. So as far as the fact that you've got a 2650 in here, if you already carry or carry in backups or have in your emergency preparedness other flashlights like I do of the 18650 variety, this basically adapter sleeve will allow you to run both in your flashlight. The cradle itself is a USB, which is nice because they actually give you a dual car charger, which you don't often see in kind of a complete kit like this, as well as the sheath in here. And the sheath is very well made. I actually really like it. I'm just not kind of a sheath guy. I may actually try to find a way to mount this in the bus so that I can always have it. Like I said, I would love to see an integrated sort of automotive truck mount cradle so that you can charge that flashlight in the car instead of just the stand-up home cradle. But standard sort of sheath affair, but it is really nicely made. It is not just a cheap sheath by any means. There's extra Velcro on the outside here. And I thought maybe I could get, you know, like a 18650 in here just to keep as a backup. But then of course you've got to run the sleeve on the other side. So it's not really functionally that way, but it does work. You can't really get the 650 in there, and I don't have any spares of those anyway. So it's just there to kind of take up room, but you can store a few things on the side if you want to. The sheath is also multi-positional, and again, it's got good retention. I just haven't used it a whole lot. Not huge sheath guy when it comes to flashlights. That huge runtime with the big battery also makes a lot of lumens and a lot of just torch. Go find out what goes bump in the night. It's a fantastic little unit. We have tested it quite a bit. My youngest is not here today, so I'm going to do him a favor and say this thing is sustainable and you just throw it. All right guys, that's going to wrap up this review. This day is turning out amazing. I've got to get camp set up. I hope you guys are well. Thanks all for watching. Please comment, subscribe down below. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you think of this flashlight, and we'll see you down the road.
Thanks for all the love and support. You guys are amazing. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow the adventure on social media, and we'll see you on the road.